apart Sherman. He is the man who has been scoring the goals. But as you said in your pre-match, 3 matches without a goal for him. Is that of concern?
Well, I think so, but as I asked Akram, he said he's a player who's very positive. They're trying to be very positive for him, and hopefully he can get that goal-scoring touch where he had in the Liga Super.
And Jaffrey Firdhouse Chu is another one who has maybe got to step up. The number 11, Jaffrey Firdhouse, he maybe doesn't score as many goals as we want, just one in this season.
Yeah, he's having a tough task this season. He's struggling. He doesn't start every game, but once you get an opportunity, you need to make sure you get the opportunities and make sure they go in.
Okay, we spoke about Pkns. This is Kedah arriving. Adil Sharin, of course, back in Kuala Lumpur for the first time since they won the FA Cup, and of course he is buoyant about that FA Cup win, but he's got his mind set on the next target.
Okay, Coach, obviously a very disappointing result against Terengganu. How's the reaction been from the players after?
Yeah, of course, the boys feel disappointed because we lost at a home game. But I think, the most important is the performance of the boys. They work very hard. They give 100% and they create a lot of chances. It's just not our night, and Terengganu took the chance. So I think that's football. We have to move on, and I think we have to look forward for tonight's game. That's the most important for us, yeah.
And looking at the results in the past against Pkns have always been positive. There's been lots of goals as well. But do you think today in the Malaysia Cup is a different story?
Not easy, honestly, because we knew that Pkns is a good team. They were very good players, good coach, and this is their home stadium. So definitely they want to prove something. For us, important is we have to follow our game plan. We have to work very hard to focus 100%, and nothing is easy until the final whistle.
And you have a few players injured, Farhan Roslan, I think Azmir Yusof as well. So who are the replacements that are gonna take in?
Yeah, we have Alif Yusof is there to replace Azmi, and we have Zakwan who come in to replace Farhan. So definitely this is a competition that we spoke. Everyone is very important. Everyone have to be ready and took part. So I'm happy. Everyone have shown very positive in training and looking forward for this game.
And any difference to the tactical approach against Pkns?
Definitely, every game is going to be a different ball game, and it's going to be a different player playing in the 11. So definitely, we have a game plan to come in tonight. So hopefully, the most important is performance and to get 3 points.
All right, thank you, Coach. Okay, but beritahu sedikit selepas tewas dengan Terengganu tempoh hari, walaupun bermain dengan baik tetapi banyak chances, tetapi Terengganu mengambil kesempatan dengan walaupun bermain dengan 10 orang. Apakah selepas itu Bat beritahu kepada pemain?
Game yang lepas tu kami sudah ambil satu pengalaman lah. Walaupun kami bermain dengan baik tetapi kami tidak mendapatkan jaringan, so kami lupakanlah game pada malam tu, dan kami tekad malam ni kami ingin menjaringkan gol dan mendapat keputusan yang positif, dan yang paling penting adalah 3 mata yang penting.
Dan kita katakan 3 mata sangat penting. Kedah 3 mata, Pkns juga. Jadi berapa besarnya jikalau mendapatkan 3 mata tersebut, kerana ia akan memberi lebih peluang untuk keluar dari kumpulan?
Apa yang kita tahu, memang Pkns memerlukan 3 mata yang penting, dan kami juga pun memerlukan 3 mata yang penting. So malam ni siapa yang lebih fokus dan siapa yang lebih efektif di bahagian serangan dan tidak bola di bawah, mungkin sedikit sebanyak tu akan memberilah kami 3 mata yang penting, dan kami inginkanlah keputusan yang positif malam ni, dan sesiapa yang turunkan akan membaginya habis-habisan lah.
Dan kita lihat ada kepasaman penjaring terbanyak Liga Super, tetapi tiada jaringan dalam 3 perlawanan terakhir. Adakah anda mahu ia kekal seperti itu?
Itulah bola sepak, tak semestinya kita perform di Liga Super, dan kita perform juga di Piala Malaysia. So bagi saya, Kepa Sharman seorang player yang begitu bernilai dan berkualiti. Kami malam ni akan memberi lebih fokus lah terhadap beliau.
Okay, thank you. All the best.
Again, Syed Adney, great job there. Adney, let's talk about Badrul Bhatia. As his career has progressed, he's gone further and further back. Here he's in the holding midfield position all alongside Fajrul Daniel, but he's still contributing massively to the Kedah cause.
Yes, of course. I think one of the reasons is as you get older, you get slower as well. We used to see Badrul on the left or right wings, up and down, but now he can't do that. So the coaches have seen that, and you know he's better in the midfield for his age, and he distributes the ball so well. So these are where Sakwan and Edgar Bernard had to be ready on the sidelines, always waiting for that ball because he always has a great ball.
Fajrul Daniel, another one you cannot ignore. Scorer of the goal, the winning goal in the cup final, and he's still riding that wave of enthusiasm.
Well, he'll add energy into that midfield. You've got Jonathan Baumann in front of him, so you'll know he's going to have a very good game with the running style, with the capability on the ball, and also helping defensively because Badrul's not always going to be there.
Defensively, Renan Alves, who missed in that cup final, he is back in the team. He was also in the team, though, for the 2-0 defeat against Terengganu. He's alongside Shakir Hamza, the Singaporean international. And Ifwat Akmal retained his place in goal. He's had a stellar season. And since he made that international debut, Ifwat Akmal has been absolutely terrific. So it's a strong-looking lineup, strong-looking starting 11. On the bench, experience, the likes of Azamuddin Akil, Shazwan, and the real the star that we've not really seen an awful lot of, Fayed Zulkifli. I look forward to seeing him every time he comes onto the pitch. Okay, now you've picked out a couple of key people who you'd like just to tell the viewers a little bit more about.
Yeah, as you can see there, Fernando Rodriguez, a very important player for them this season. He's scored lots of goals, 9 goals in the Liga Super, 4 in the FA Cup, and he's already got 1 in the Malaysia Cup, so we know how important and what role he's going to be playing today. And with Shakir Hamza, another player I've looked at, you know, he got a goal against Negri Sembilan. It was a very nice left-footed volley. He's going to be playing a vital role in the heart of defense with Renan Alves, and they do look like they have a good combination between them. It just didn't work out against Terengganu.
Yeah, Shakir Hamza has had a really good season. He's the Singaporean who's come up along with Adil, and he's really taken to being the import slot. It's very difficult sometimes for the ASEAN players to come up and make that bigger presence. Shakir's managed to do exactly that.
Yeah, agree with you there. Shakir Hamza has been very consistent, very few mistakes he's made this season, and also he scores goals. He's got 4 in the Liga Super, and now he's got 1 in the Malaysia Cup. It's going to be very exciting to watch today.
Okay, we've set the scene there. Shah Alam, the pitch is looking perfect. The Kedah fans are beginning to make their way into the stadium. It's the PIALA Malaysia match day 3. First of 2 matches in 4 days between these sides. Coming up after the break, we are live at Stadium Shah Alam for Pkns versus Kedah.
Brian berjaya memanggil kereta dengan cantik sekali dengan menggunakan teknik reverse
Very warm welcome to the Stadium Shah Alam Pkns Vs Kedah match day 3 of the PIALA Malaysia. The Malaysia Cup first competed for in 1921. This is its 93rd edition. Kedah, the reigning FA Cup holders, would love to make it a cup double. I'm sure there's plenty of other teams, though, who'd like to change that feeling for them. The winning feeling, though, for Kedah is still very much in their veins. They're in the green shirts for this match. They won 3-2 in the league on their last visit here. In fact, Pkns haven't beaten them in their last 5 meetings, and there's more Kedah fans than there are Pkns, which is often the case for the home team. Syed Adney, the former Malaysia international, alongside me in the commentary box for today. Adney, quickly, just before the teams make their way out, your thoughts ahead of this contest?
I think it will be a very tricky one. Both teams on 3 points. They're both looking for full points today, which one win will put them in the driving seat to go to the quarterfinal. So, it's going to be very exciting, and I'm looking forward to it.
Dare I get you to make a prediction on this? 5 games without a victory in this rubber for the home side.
I think Kedah are going to do it again. They did it in the league at Shah Alam, and I think, they have the quality to do it again.
Spoken with some authority. Pkns will obviously look to change that. This is the first of 2 matches between these sides in double quick time. They play here on tonight. On Tuesday, they travel up to Alor Star. But our focus is now on match day 3 of the PIALA Malaysia. This is Pkns versus Kedah. Kapar Sherman, the last man through, a man without a goal in the last 3 games, but prior to that, the top scorer in the Liga Super Malaysia. Datuk Rajagopal will be hoping that Kapar finds his scoring boots once again, although he'll be delighted that Gabi Guerra has found his scoring boots. On the other side, Zakwan Ada and Fernando Rodriguez will be the players looked for Adil Sharin, just to try to get the goal scored. We'll give you the lineups after the respective national and state anthems. Good support for Kedah as they embark on their third fixture in this Malaysia Cup. They are unbeaten in their last 11 matches against the Pkns side. So this Pkns side under Datuk K. Rajagopal, they need to start firing, and they need Gabi Guerra and Romel Morales to be in support of Kapal Sherman to get the goals that Rajagopal needs, Syed Adni.
Yeah, as you said, Gabi Guerra is hitting form at the right time. 2 goals in the last game and gave them the win. So Romel Morales is another player who's been in a lot of positions this season. He's been on the left, been on the right. Now he's back in midfield.
On the bench, should they require it, experience in Gurasamy and Gunalan, and Alif Haikal is a young player. Tommy Mawat is a player they can bring on should they require some scoring power, but all of their main scoring power is on the pitch for Pkns FC. The Red Ants, as they are called, who play in vivid orange and red. They are Pkns, who have made it to one FA Cup final. Kedah just listening to their fans, making sure that they're showing due respect and they enjoy themselves here against Pkns. 11 matches in all competitions without defeat against the home team. Match officials, Zamzadi Katamim is the taller one in the middle, 40-year-old primary school teacher from Malacca. He's been refereeing at the top level for quite some while, since 2005. Was in charge of the AFF Under-18 final in 2018. The assistant referee is Zairul Tan, 31-year-old government surveying maritime officer, and Vishu, a Navy sergeant, and Zulkarnain, the 2017 PIALA Malaysia final referee, is the 4th official. As for Kedah, well, it's pretty familiar for us. Renan Alves back installed at centre-back. Badrul back in the heart of midfield. The new superstar, Fajrul Danil, alongside of them. A lot expected of that front four, though, Syed Adni.
Well, they have to deliver today if they're going to get the 3 points, and you'll put your money on Fernando Rodriguez up front with those 9 goals from the Super League. He's already got 1 in the Malaysia Cup, so they'll be looking towards getting more.
Jonathan Palman has rather enjoyed himself. He's scored 6 of his 11 goals in all competitions this season away from home. So him playing at the number 10 role, the number 10 at number 10, he may well be a particular threat and a foil for Rodriguez up top. Moving onto the bench, it looks at a deeper bench. David Rowley can provide some solid defensive support. Faisal Kifli is an attacking winger I've loved watching, and he scored a great goal when the teams met here in the league. Azmuddin Akil, well, he's at the veteran stage, but is very, very worth being on the bench. And Sajwan Tajuddin also there, very useful, as well as David Rowley. So there's a good depth to Aidil Sharin's squad. He's ahead of target. Top 5 was the KPI for Aidil, and just making it to the knockout stage of the FA Cup. But they've rather overachieved and beaten in their last 11 matches against Pkns. On to Pkns. Got to go back to 2015 to their last win. That is a bogey side, Adni.
Something they want to overcome as soon as possible. They don't want to lose today, especially playing at home. So important. These 3 points could decide whoever goes through to the quarterfinals, and you know, both teams still have a chance.
Just looking back, that 2015 victory was actually in the Premier League, the second level of competition. So both teams have come an awful long way since then. Pkns made it to one cup final. Kedah have been regular finalists. We're just waiting for the designated 9 o'clock kickoff. Some good boisterous noise coming from a handful of Pkns fans away to the goal behind Ifwat Akmal on the left, and rather more vociferous support away to the right from Kedah. Johor versus PKMP up in Manjung taking place tonight. We'll keep an update on scores for that. And obviously the other match in this group takes place on Saturday. All of these matches you can catch in Malaysia on iFlix. On Singapore Singtel, we will have a selection of matches for you, including one in midweek, the return match here between Kedah and Pkns. We're all just about set. Sticklers for timekeeping. Ramzadi Katamin gets us underway, and PKNS in their vivid orange and red are the team to start us off. Here is Akram Mahina, caught out in possession, early press coming from Edgar Bernhardt. And here's Singapore's Shakir Hamza. They'll have early looks at the field of play as Renan Alves launches that one long. That's a question of Kozubayev. And Baumann was the threat. Breaks to Fadril. And a clean strike. Of course, a decent save from Tofik in the goal. Fadril Bakir caught that one very sweetly side, Adney.
Well, there wasn't too much power in it. I think the goalkeeper made it look harder than it was. He did react a bit late, went through a few players. So it's good comfortability from the goalkeeper, Taufik, at the start of the game.
Just running through the bottom of your screen, they are the lineups in number order. Taufik and Rodney Kelvin, the two centre-backs, with Kozubayev as Kapar Sherman. Wrestled himself away from Alves onto Gabi Guerra. Rommel Morales. Good play from Morales again. Looks for the cross, and there was some real tough stuff in the middle where Kapar Sherman was elbowed off the ball by Renan Alves. We'll keep an eye on that one side, Adney.
Yes, we will. And there's Roman Morales again. You know, he started in the middle of the park, but we will see him go to the left, go to the right, and they've got a corner out of that.
6 in the penalty area. Morales couldn't get there. Kozubayev did, and that's not far over the top from Kozubayev. He is a danger in the air.
You can see his reaction. He wasn't happy with the execution. Not too much pressure on him. Kedah need to do better with the marking.
Fernando Rodriguez reckons he was getting a little bit of a pushing there. Fadril onto Badril. Out wide is Rizal Ghazali. Muscular presence. Looks for Zakwan. Who'll run all day. Zakwan Ada is just eased off the ball by Kayum. Zakwan wants a foul, and it did look like his run was impeded.
I think the linesman had a look and the ball was already going out. Probably one of the reasons he didn't raise his flag. But you can see Kayum there. There was a push, but not enough for a foul.
Long kick from Tofik. Flicked on, looking for Mahali. He's done well. Akram. Easily picked off by Alif. And Shakir and Renan. The Brazilian came from Filipino football. Slotted in quite nicely. Ooh, and nearly gets it away from Kayum Marjoni. Second chance for Zakwan to run a Kayum. Akram is across. Kedah boy, of course, Akram Mahinan. Playing against his home state. Here's Zakwan. That one is a foul. Jaffrey Ferdhouse a little bit clumsy and clattered into the back of Zakwan.
Well, you don't want to be given fouls in these kind of areas. You have the likes of Badrul Bakhtiar, who can put the ball in the middle of the box. They've got Renan Alves, Shakir Hamza. Both of them can score goals from crosses in. And this time it is a correct decision from the referee. There's a push and a pull from Jaffrey.
Clumsy from Jaffrey Ferdhouse. Badrul lines up the free kick. He's got Baumann, Rodriguez, Fadril all in the penalty area. Alves has joined them as well. Doesn't beat the front man, who is Akram Mahinan. Rizal Ghazali onto Badril. Rizal helps it up. Alves the target. Rodriguez just can't get there. Tofik falls on the ball. But the aerial threat is apparent from Kedah.
Good work from Tamerlan Kozubayev. Gets his body in the way, blocks off Fernando Rodriguez from getting any touch.
Badrol ahead of Akram. Bowman and Bernhardt are a little bit too fancy, but the German-born Bernhardt eventually sorts it out. Came to prominence for Malaysia in a match against Malaysia. Edgar Bernhardt got himself a transfer, we suspect, on the back of that. As Zakwan turns, looks for Rizal. Rizal, little tug back on Kayem Marjoni. Akram will sort things out. Pkns had a difficult season in the Liga Super Malaysia. Started off really well. I think they were in the top 4 at the midway point, but then fell away very badly and then went on an 8-match winless streak. What did you see was the problem side, Adney?
Well, I did ask a few of the players. Can't really say too much. It's just simple mistakes that are happening from individual players.
Here's Sherman. Was a handball against Kapar Sherman. If that was out quickly anyway. Sorry, I cut you off mid-flow there, Adney.
Yeah, so just asking the players, you know, they don't see too much as a team. Go back to the free kick. Yep, you can see his arm just pulled out. Hits him on the arm. Good from Ifwat. He's ready. He's quick off his line.
Given away. Jaffrey Ferdhouse runs out Renan, who atones himself for his earlier error. Gabriel Guerra gives up the chase. Nick Sharrell directs that towards Mahali Jazuli. 2 international right-backs playing next to each other there for Pkns, or former international right-backs, I should say. Not part of the squad that will take on Indonesia and United Arab Emirates early next month in the World Cup Asia Cup qualifiers. Busy time of the year this for professional footballers. Alves, Zakwan, lovely spin and turn. Akram stays close. Rizal, Zakwan, Fadril. Was looking for Rizal Ghazali and has earned his side a corner.
Yeah, there was space there for Rizal ahead. Qayyum gets an important touch, but again, giving them a corner kick, set piece, very dangerous.
Adil Sharon works hard on the set plays. Again, Alves is up there. Rodriguez causing a problem. Baumann inside the 6-yard box. Shaki is good in the air as well. What can Edgar Bernhardt do? Can't beat the front man. That's always a problem. And Gabi Guerra just can't reach it. Pulled up short Guerra. Mahali wins the tackle. Guerra's second in. Kapar Sherman the target. If what, good starting position. Right start. Badril fizzes one into the feet of Rodriguez. Bernhardt. He's got Bowman and Rodriguez ahead of him. Rizal outside. Rizal, what kind of a cross? It's not the worst, and Tawfiq comes to claim with real confidence from Tawfiq Rashid. Alves versus Sherman. Foul by Sherman. That's twice now the two have clashed.
Well, we're going to see that a lot tonight. Pretty sure Renan is going to be following Kapar Sherman everywhere he goes. It's a good physical battle between both of them.
Badrol catches the feet of Morales. Colombian's been a standout success this season for Pkns. Qayyum looks for Jaffrey Ferdhouse. Jaffrey got there ahead of Ifwat, but couldn't poke it over him and in towards the goal. Ifwat gives a wagging finger for Jaffrey for perhaps diving. And we just saw the new rules, the new FIFA laws that are in play. Is there contact there?
Well, I'm not too sure. Need a closer view. But for me, if it was contact, it was minimal. Not enough for me to give a penalty. But I think Jaffrey should do better. If what's done well to come out, close the angle. But Jaffrey, you know, he's got to see if what coming out. he's just picked the wrong decision. He should be trying to chip it over.
Gonzalo Cabrera scored for Johor Darul Taksim up in Manjung. They're already 2 wins out of 2, looking to make it 3 on 3. They look like they mean the business this year, JDT, in the Malaysia Cup. As JDT, they've only ever won that trophy once. League champions. No AFC commitments to distract them between now and the Cup final on November the 2nd. Well, I'm sure the likes of Kedah and Perak, the defending champions, Pahang, of course, and Terengganu will all have plenty to say about that.
Well, I did ask Benjamin Mora if this year they're taking it real serious, and that's what they're doing. They want the cup, they want to win it.
Renan Alves. Rodriguez. Ten and a half minutes gone. Possessional stats probably about even in this opening period. Badrul on to Shakir. Bauman. A lot of touches on the ball, but unable to get away from Morales. And Bauman was looking for a bit more movement ahead of him. Instead, Badrul goes for one of those quarterback-style clearances. And it's off Bernhardt, and that'll be a throw into Pkns.
Well, this is what we were talking about before the game, how Badrul has changed his positioning. He's been playing lower, and that's where we'll see him spread the ball out left and right.
Akram. Captain's armband for Akram Mahinam. And a handball from Edgar Bernhardt. Akram wanting to take it quickly. Here is Morales, Mahali. Outside of him is Nick Sharrell, Mahali. Little dink forward picked out by Shakir. This is Nick Sharrell. Second chance for Mahali. Morales. Lovely shimmy. Yeah, for the return ball. Rommel Morales leaves Fadril on his backside. Mahali's cross comes all the way to Jaffrey. Still Jaffrey Ferdhouse, and eventually a muscular clearance from Renan Alves. The one back by Rommel Morales. Good little spell this for the Red Ants. Gabi Guerra, the Argentine, slides it through to Sherman. Sherman looks for Jaffrey, claims for handball. Nothing, says referee Zamzadi. Bauman, little flick through. Second chance for the Argentine. Bauman looks for Rodriguez ahead of him. Gets there ahead of Kozupayev, but Kozupayev just gets a touch. Good, exciting stuff.
Very high intensity at the moment. Both teams pressing each other high. I saw it earlier. Twice Renan Alves clears the ball and then wins it again, but just the final pass going forward where Rommel Morales intercepted.
Bowman on to Rizal. The runaway success of Johor in the league suggests that standards in the Malaysian top flight. Oh, I'll break off because Jonathan Bauman finds Rodriguez. Both had efforts blocked, and it breaks to Jaffrey. The pass Sherman goes long. Renan Alves again. He doesn't leave anything out of a tackle, does he? Zakwan. Kayam gets a touch in. Ball like a hot potato at the moment. Jaffrey Ferdhouse. Morales has got Akram short. Nick Sharrell. Johor leading 2-0 in Manjung. Gonzalo Cabrera with his second. Teams drew 1-1 in the league, but difficult to see PKMP pulling back from 2-0 down. Rodney Kelvin onto Akram. each of the 4 groups of 4 make it to the 2-legged quarterfinals. And it's serious now, but come quarterfinal stage, that's when it gets truly serious. Going to be a yellow card here for Rodney Kelvin. Studs right down the back of Fernando Rodriguez.
It's always dangerous when you're going into a tackle from behind. You can see he does nick Rodriguez there. Heavy from Rodney Kelvin. He'll complain that was his first tackle, but nonetheless deserves a yellow.
Rodney Kelvin Akansivi. Very much a regular for Raja Gopal's side. Sarawakian. Free kick allowed to be taken now. The trainers are off the pitch, so Alves just picks a different angle for Shakir. Interesting, because Rodriguez was available, and Rodriguez standing on the penalty spot. Not a good ball in from Alif. Mahali lets that one go out for a Pkns throw-in. Pkns 0, Kedah 0. PIALA Malaysia, match day 3 of the group stages. Match day 4 coming next week, where it's the return fixtures. An early fixture for both Pkns and Selangor, because the Sultan of Selangor Cup takes place at this venue next Saturday. 3 matches being played there. There's an under-15s international, a proper team, and a veterans contest. This header's out, but finds Zakwan. Zakwan's a good pro.
Very committed. Always 100%. He goes all out every single time.
Alif onto Bernhardt. Rodriguez. Pkns very much a 4-1-4-1 team, with Akram as the deepest of the midfield. Fajrul Danil. Alif, Fajrul, nice little give and go with Alif. Fajrul got Bernhardt. Bowman's made a great run, that main space for Rizal Ghazali, but Jaffrey Ferdhouse is tracking. Zakwan stretches, wins it back for Badrul Bakhtia. Rizal round the corner, but Kayem Marjoni is able to find Gabi Guerra. Alves alert. Bowman. Rodriguez has made a great run. Bowman looks instead to Zakwan. Zakwan's cross picked out once again confidently by Tawfik.
Well, they're very easy for Tawfik because he's read the game very well. He's read what Zakwan's going to do.
Coming the other way, Mahali Jazuli looks for Jaffrey. Jaffrey's touch belted clear by Alves. Finds Rodriguez, who was onside. He's got Zakwan to his right. Not an awful lot ahead of Zakwan either. Fajrul. And Bowman. Fajrul Danil. Bernhardt. Alif outside. Fajrul. I keep hearing Kedah are a young side, and you look around, it's only really Ifwat and Fajrul in this 11 who you would consider relatively young players. Bowman switches wide to Rizal Ghazali, who manages to keep that in expertly. Rizal 5 in the penalty area, and it's a wretched cross, and he tries to atone for it. One back by Badrul. Brilliantly done by Badrul Bakhtia. Good scrap, good football, enjoying this. Given away to Zakwan. Second chance for Badrul. Rodriguez available. Rodriguez! Pkns never cleared their lines, and Fernando Rodriguez made them play after a delicious cross from Badro Bakhtia.
Yeah, we all thought that chance was gone when Rizal Ghazali's ball didn't go in well, but you see, giving Badrul too much space and time, this is what he does. He's got the time, he can look in the box and exactly puts it where Fernando Rodriguez is, and he's never gonna miss from there, from 6 yards from the box, and he scores again for Kedah.
Well, we talked about the aerial threat, and Rodriguez was simply too big and strong there for Kozubayev, who seemed to lose his footing as the ball came in. But it also came from Pkns, not once, but twice, giving the ball away when they had a chance to clear.
Yeah, for me, Rizal Ghazali, you know, we were all disappointed when he didn't put the ball in. He didn't have any pressure, and then Pkns have themselves to blame where they didn't clear the ball. And the same thing happened again when Badro Bakhtia had the ball. If Badro Bakhtia is in that area, you have to go and press him. You can't let him have a free cross into the box. That's what happens.
Timely, you were just talking about his passing ability, barely 60 seconds before the goal. Sherman closes down Rizal Ghazali. Got to feel sorry for Dato Raja Gopal, because again, that's individual errors that have let him down. It's not systemic, it's individual culpability punished.
Yeah, it was Kayo Marjoni on the left side. He didn't come out, he didn't go put any pressure on Rizal or Badro Bakhtia.
And then the Kozubayev slip as well. Rodney Kelvin has left a lot in on that challenge on Zakwan. And he's a big fella, is Rodney Kelvin. Whoa, Zakwan felt that. Cute enough to roll back onto the pitch. The midway point of this first half. 1-0 it is.
For me, before the goal win, and I thought the best player for 20 minutes was Renan Alves. He was just getting in, giving pressure, clearing balls, making tackles.
Rizal Ghazali, long throw. Not long enough to be Kaim Marjoni. Morales. Foot was high from Badrol, and well, that's going to be a yellow card for Badrol. And it's the modern game, I know it, but it's incredibly frustrating because there's clearly no intent to hurt. Clearly he's purely going for the ball, but if your studs are high, you risk a yellow. And the studs were high.
Yeah, you can see there, he's gone in for the tackle. Gets the ball, but, you know, it hurts Morales in the process.
Morales onto Akram. Badro Bakhtia was who got the yellow card, just for confirmation, as Mahali Jazuli skips past Shakir. He can't get the better of Alif. He's a useful player at left back, Alif. Lovely take from Barman, who has his feet taken from him. That'll be a yellow, no, a talking to, nothing more for Nick Sharrell.
Well, I was about to say, the referee isn't shy about giving the yellow cards, but the way he ran up to Nick Sharrell was definitely like he was given. It's like he was pulling out his card as well.
So no yellow for Nick Sharrell. You're quite right, there was aggressive intent in the referee's run. Kaim Marjoni does well, finds Guerra. Can he find his scoring boots? Mahali helps it forward. Sherman is onside. little tug back on Rizal Ghazali.
It's good defending from Rizal. Uses his body well. He knows Sherman is a very strong physical player, but it's important that he uses his body well and then force the foul.
Shakir, Singapore's finest. One ball out to Zaquan. Singapore League is taking shape. Brunei DPMM in the hot spot, looking to take the title as the run-in in Singapore takes place. Here's Mahali trying to run in to Kapar Sherman. Ooh, Shakir was involved in a contact sport there. I'd love your thoughts on that one, Syed Adney.
Well, for me, I think Kapar Sherman, he just jumps too much there. You know, it made it look like he was trying to fake it.
Nick Sharrell finds Kozubayev. Akram, too much for Morales, but he's smuggled it out to Mahali. There's an energy about Kedah, got to be said. They just look half a yard quicker. Guerra. Jaffrey. Akram helps it through to Kayam Marjoni. He flipped it outside to where there was no Jaffrey Ferdows Chew.
Well, Kayam thought Jaffrey should have continued his run. That's why he made the pass. There was space on the left-hand side, and this is it again. There is contact, but again, for me, not enough for a penalty. There you can see he's just jumped over, and the referee's not buying it.
But the game is changing so much that anything even remotely like contact in the sport, we're having a second and a third look. Long ball looking for Fernando Rodriguez, who deliberately ran into, sorry, Jonathan Barman, I occasionally get them mixed up, ran into Rodney Kelvin. You can see Barman saying, look at the size of him, I'm not going to hurt him if I run into him.
Well, also, he's just showing Rodney that he's using his arms to just block him off. He's not using it with any intent of hurting Rodney.
Sherman offside from the free kick. I like that kind of defensive discipline from the team. Just stepped up. Shakir stepped up one pace, caught Sherman offside. Alves. He was giving it away. Akram rather read that one, and Jaffrey Ferdows can run. Looks for Sherman. Shakir across to make the saving tackle at the expense of a throw-in.
Great tackle from Shakir, good covering. Renan Alves there just making apologies to his teammates for that misplaced pass.
Decent cross. Breaks out to Akram. Mahali helps it in, looks for Sherman. What a header, Renan Alves. Guerra can't get there second time as Renan Alves. Alif will just try to slow things down a little bit for Kedah. The Red Eagles, though, nearly give the ball away. It breaks from Baumann to Zaquan. Again, Rodriguez has made a great run. Zaquan's delivery just a bit late. Jaffrey slides it away from Zaquan. Guerra. Of this parish. Sherman chases. Ifwat is out very, very well. Was just caught by a trailing leg from Kapar Sherman.
Was good goalkeeping from Ifwat. He saw the danger, helped out the defence. He knows Kapar Sherman has the quality to get behind the defender. Shakir just didn't have the pace, but he also knew that Ifwat was coming out. Little touch from Sherman on Ifwat.
More than a touch. What it does, it gives the players an opportunity just to get some liquids on board as we reach the half-hour stage. It's an unintended drinks break. It's a hot, sweaty night. Here's the only goal. Badrol.
You can see Kyle Morjoni there. He just doesn't go and put any pressing, and then we'll look at the positioning. You know, he's already in a... Does he have his medal studs, 6 studs? Every coach I've been with, if he sees me slip, that's what he'll be asking, if you've got the right footwear on.
Pkns 0, Kedah 1. Fernando Rodriguez on 20 minutes. Kedah won against Negri Sembilan by 3-1, then surprisingly lost to Terengganu in a thrilling match as Rizal looks for Baumann. Couldn't keep it alive.
Just too much on the pass. I think Rizal had time and space to make a cross in himself.
Kedah keen to make sure that Pkns kick this ball long, because they'll fancy themselves, if they don't win the first ball, maybe picking up the second. That's exactly what happened there, although it's gone out for a throw-in for Pkns. Bahali. Done well. Charrell. Akram onto Sherman. Bowman just beaten to it by Kayum. Morales always looks like he's got time. Mahali hassled and hurried, whereas Morales elegant and timeless. Kayum Marjoni. Jaffrey, thumping challenge into the back by Rizal Ghazali. And a touch means it'll be a Kedah throw. Kedah pretty much in control of things, side Adney.
Yeah, they're using the ball well, they're defending well, they're using the bodies with the physicality of the game. They're winning all the battles.
In Malaysia, all 8 matches of this round of the Malaysia Cup on iFlix, on Singtel. The return match between Kedah and Pkns on Tuesday. The next match on Singtel in Singapore. As Kayum Marjoni looks for Sherman. This is what Sherman likes. Kapar Sherman turns inside Shakir. Again, thinks he's being manhandled. But that's the pace of Shakir Hamza. If you can match Kapar Sherman, you are pretty rapid.
It's also experience there. Ball goes over Renan Alves. He's there to put his body in on the line. Make sure he makes it hard for Sherman. Sometimes you don't just need to win the ball. Sometimes it's just going in for the challenge, putting the player off.
Good combination. Alves and Shakir Hamza. Thalif and Rizal, solid back four. Here's Gabi Guerra though into the channel. 2 in the penalty area for the Argentine. Alves clears, only to Akram. Morales gets a tuck, but Fajrul Danil helps it out to Bernhardt. Another player slips there. What's the footwear? See, I do listen to you, Adney.
Thanks there, Ed.
Alif Yusuf. Driving run from the left back. Rodriguez draws Kozubayev out to the corners. Kozubayev just doing enough, assisted by Nick Sharrell. Akram, a lazy pass to Fadril. Fadril's got Bowman available. Jonathan Bowman, left foot Jonathan Bowman. No pace.
Well, Akram's a lucky boy there. Like you said, lazy pass out. As captain, you need to be more focused. And here he gets beaten too easily into the hands of Taufik.
Taufik gave a rollicking to his side there defensively. Here's Jaffrey Ferdhouse at pace. Oh my word, what a tackle. Renan Alves wins ball and leaves two players in a crumpled heap. That was terrific and scrupulously fair.
All eyes on the ball, even though he takes both players down, but that's what you have to do as a defender. And it's always, as a goalkeeper, I've also been told, you know, if you're going out for a ball, just go and hit any players that's in front of you. It doesn't matter if it's your own player, as long as you get the ball.
Rizal Ghazali's accident was as he landed, he caught the back of Jaffrey Ferdhouse-Chu's left foot. Like the Incredible Hulk going through a swathe of bodies that was from Renan Alves.
And he has the green colour top to match the Incredible Hulk.
Don't make him angry. There is the big boy.
Well, he's been angry a few times this season. He has a few red cards himself.
Well, he missed the cup final, of course, because of a crazy red that he took in the league game against Felder. He looks far more in control of his emotions today. And Kedah in control of the football game with 8 minutes to half-time. They lead by a goal to nil. Fernando Rodriguez header. Taufik in goal for Zarif Irfan. Ball can be played to defender inside the penalty area under new FIFA laws. 5 new laws introduced for this Malaysia Cup in line with FIFA standards. Haven't seen too much confusion from them yet. PKMP have pulled a goal back against Johor. Yasha Pinto, the Palestine attacking midfielder. That makes it interesting. Tell you what, they've got some spirit of PKMP.
Well, can it happen again? They held Johor 1-1 in Manjung in the league. Now they've pulled one back.
Alves launches long, Rodriguez stretches. Zakwan, good take. Rodriguez. Zakwan's made the return run into space, and Akram Mahinan tracks Zakwan's run. That's good defensive play by Akram. Another former international. He was one of the players, though, in the infamous 10-0 against UAE in 2015, and UAE are the opposition at Bukit Jalil on September the 10th for Malaysia's national team. 4 years to just try and get some kind of revenge for that humiliation.
I like the way that are pressing today. They always press high. They want the ball back as soon as possible, and not giving a chance for Pkns to spread it out.
Shakir, been strong defensively, finds Alif Yusuf. Bernhardt. Lovely ball, Bowman at pace. Slowed down by Kozubayev, that's good defending from the Kyrgyz international. And then Alif Yusuf steps in, and Kozubayev is out of position. Rizal. Badrol. Zakwan, Rizal Ghazali, beautiful move over the top from Fernando Rodriguez.
Oh, I thought Rizal could have took it himself. He was clear on goal, just only goalkeeper to beat. But he wasn't selfish. He looked for Fernando, who's in hot form at the moment. You wouldn't expect him to finish that off. It's a good move from Rizal and Zakwan. But I think there, Rizal could have took it himself.
Kojobayev deserves some credit for closing down. Force the shot to be lifted high. I tell you, there's been another goal in Manjung. Led to disallowed goal. Sorry, just to raise the expectations. Here's Jaffrey Ferdhouse. Handball against Jaffrey. Got half an eye on our MFL app, which is giving us score updates. Don't forget, if you want to see all the goals and you're on Twitter, go on to our Twitter account at MFL Live, where we have the pre- and post-match interviews and all the goals within a couple of minutes of them going in. Rodney Kelvin jumps all over Fernando Rodriguez. Ideal. He's a talking coach, he's not a screamer and a shouter. Free kick to be taken by Badrol Bakhtia. Tofik drops it. Bowman blocked. Rodney Kelvin did superbly. Shakir in first. Here's Shakir Hamza once again. Scoots it out to Rodriguez. Rodriguez into Zakwan. Helps it up. Cleared by Nick Azul. And now the break is on for Ferdhouse. Jaffrey's got Kapar Sherman available. Can't get the ball away to the right, and the move comes to a slower end, and Jaffrey's touch then lets him down. Alif can clear, only as far as Kojobayev. Be surprised if the game finishes 1-0. Plenty of action in either goal mouth. Guerra. Fadril. Neat and tidy, Fadril Danil. Fadril once again. Rizal outside. Rizal 3 in the penalty area. Drives at Kayum. Still Rizal Ghazali. Pulls it back, but it's beyond Bernhardt. And Mahali Jazuli can come back the other way. Morales. Oh, Sherman went forward. But Morales thought he was going to drop and take the ball. Those misunderstandings hurting Pkns, who trail by a goal to nil. PIALA Malaysia, group phase, match day 3 of 6. Edgar Bernhardt into the corner. It's off Mahali Jazuli and Nick Sharrell.
It's good pressure that Kedah are putting on Pkns. Pkns, every time they get the ball, they try to get a counter-attack. Just final touches, always letting them down.
Rizal once again. Don't forget at half-time, Saad Adney will be going through the key points of this match so far. And straight after the half-time whistle, we'll have the best of the highlights of the first 45 minutes. And there have been quite a few highlights to bring you. Just the one goal, but plenty of near misses, as Jonathan Bowman slows the game down. Badrol, who set up the goal. Not as good across this second time. Renan Alves drives forward. Alves charges forward, buccaneering forward, but runs out of space.
Well, the Kedah fans in the corner, they're happy with the contribution that Renan Alves has put in today.
Short goal kick taken as per the new FIFA laws onto Kozubayev. Help forward, but Badrol first to react. Fajrul Danil. Bowman slips away from Morales. Still Bowman. Morales is there to help up after Kozubayev just got enough on the tackle. 1 of 2 minutes of first half injury time being played. Still Rodriguez goal separates. Alif. Very tight in there. Rodriguez. Bowman. Little break. Badrol. Badrol back here. Off the heel of Rodney Kelvin. Out for a corner kick for Kedah. Their 4th of this first half.
It's a good block from Rodney, but I don't think that's a shot that would cause Taufik too much problems.
There's the earlier incident and where Taufik did have problems, and it's Rodney Kelvin with a fabulous block. There is Rodney Kelvin. He's got the job of looking after He-Man Alves. Edgar Bernhardt with the corner. Cleared by Morales at the near post. Rizal, Bernhardt's second chance. Bernhardt's cross! Flicked over the top by the narrowest of margins. Shakir Hamza it was at the near post, and that is the last touch of a first half. Delicious cross from Edgar Bernhardt, and Shakir within a whisker of giving Kedah a 2-0 half-time lead side, Adney.
Well, a great ending to the first half. Kedah, they would have been happier with 2 goals in front going into the dressing room, but 1 goal in front is good enough for Aidil. They'll be happy. They're still in the control, and they will want to do that in the second half.
Let's have a look at the best of the highlights from the first half of this PIALA Malaysia match. Pkns 0, Kedah 1 at half-time. Pkns in the orange, and it's the opening goal on 20 minutes. Badrol back there given the acres of space, and Fernando Rodriguez is big and strong and too powerful for Kozubayev. Look at him at the far post. Kozubayev loses his footing and Rodriguez can pick his place. But Syed Adney pointed out it's a lack of attention to detail from Kaim Marjoni, enabling the space for Badrol to put in a cross. Then Sherman defended superbly by Renan Alves. Again, Syed Adney has picked out the big Brazilian as arguably the player of the half, and with that defensive header, it is a goal-saving header. Sherman again was a constant threat here. He is just trying to get on the end of a lovely through ball from Nick Sharrell. Rifat Akmal just too quick for him there. But there are centres of an opening for Pkns. And then Sherman once again, this time through on goal, but Shakir Hamza defends expertly. The Singapore international has got the pace to match Kapar Sherman, and he shows that here, and he doesn't dive into the challenge. Shakir, he has been a really good signing. And then right at the very end of the half, Jonathan Bowman's able to get a left-footed shot away, having turned Akram Mahina, but unable to get any real power on the shot, and Taufik not really troubled. So, as you can see, incident in aplenty. A chance for Fernando Rodriguez as it was played back to him by Rizal Ghazali. Kedah ending the half on top, and with that chance, and also a chance right at the very end of the half for Shakir Hamza, they might consider themselves a little bit fortunate to only be 1-0 up. Jonathan Bowman denied by Rodney Kelvin's strong, powerful clearance after a mistake from Taufik, who's come for these crosses all afternoon. And then with the last touch of the first half, Rizal Ghazali and Edgar Bernhock banning Shakir Hamza gets across the face of his man, Rodney Calvin, but is unable to direct this into the top corner. So Kedah ending on top and ending with a one-goal lead at half-time in Shah Alam. With more talking points and Syed Adney still to come after the break, it is PKNS 0, Kedah 1. Very warm welcome back to Stadium Shah Alam. We are at the home of PKNS in their PIALA Malaysia match against Kedah. It is 1-0 to Kedah at half-time. Let's have a look at the other results. And I can tell you, this is the only goal of the game first here in Kedah, and that has been put in by Fernando Rodriguez. Time aplenty for Badrul Bakhtia to curl in the cross. And we'll talk about this with Syed Adney just a little bit later on, but Kai Marjoni didn't close down Badrul Bakhtia, and there is a problem if you don't close down Badrul Bakhtia. Other games taking place tonight: PKMP versus Johor Darul Taksim. Johor 2 wins out of 2 so far, and they got off to a great start. Gonzalo Cabrera firing home on 9 minutes to give them the lead against PKMP. Given the space of Manjung, it's a long journey up from Johor to Manjung, but they weren't able to hold out for too much longer. And 1-0 became 2 inside 40 minutes. Again, it's Cabrera. Have a look at this one. Little shimmy inside and cuts it onto his right foot. So 1 with his left foot, 1 with his right foot. The second one just about unstoppable. And Johor looking pretty unstoppable as well. The Super League champions straight into a 2-0 lead. But they were pulled back on the half hour. A penalty was awarded. Eskunalam, a judge to have brought, I think it's Hafiz Ramdan down. And Yashir Pinto slides one into the corner past Barazel to give PKMP a real opportunity. Okay, let's have a refocus back here on what's been going on at Stadium Shah Alam. And Syed Adney has been alongside me in the commentary box, and we're going to be looking at the talking points so far. The first talking point, Syed, is the goal on 20 minutes. It was scored by Fernando Rodriguez after Badrul Bakhtia was given the time of his life just to drop it onto Rodriguez's head.
Yeah, I was talking about how Rizal Ghazali, he wasn't closed down. He didn't put a good cross in. It bounces back to Badrul Bakhtia. And Badrul Bakhtia, if you give him that time, you give him the space, this is what happens. And he finds Rodriguez in the middle of the box. Kozabayev, he slips and doesn't get any touch. He couldn't put any pressure on Fernando Rodriguez. And it's just simple for Rodriguez.
Former Malaysia international Syed Adney with the analysis of what's been going on. There was a penalty claim by PKNS. Kapar Sherman has been really busy up front. And is there enough contact here? Shakir Hamza a little bit clumsy perhaps?
Well, it might be a little bit clumsy, but not enough for me to give a penalty. It's a good ball in from Mahali firstly, and then Kapar Sherman. I think, you see, there is contact, and then the reaction after. We can see here, once he makes the turn, he just jumps. So that, the referee didn't buy it. No one else bought it. There was no complaints from PKNS players. And also, just simple for the referee to make a decision.
Zamzadi Katamin is the man who Syed Adney is backing for that one. Third one, well, Kapar Sherman, we've spoken about him, and he has been a real thorn in the side of Kedah. He hasn't had clear strikes on goal, but he's always on the shoulder of Renan Alves, and his pace makes him a real pest.
Yeah, that's what they've been looking for, putting the ball up forward, making Sherman make the runs. They know he has pace, he has power, and just give credit to Renan Alves and Shakir Hamza today. They've had a really good job.
But going forward, it's Kedah who've looked likely to score the goals. They did score the one from Rodriguez, and arguably Rodriguez should have had a second after some great work down the right-hand side between Zakwan and Rizal Ghazali.
Yeah, this again, I thought they should have scored the second goal. Firstly, I think the decision-making for Rizal Ghazali was in a good area, had a lot of space. It was only Taufik ahead of him, could have had the shot himself, but again, Rodriguez, he's always at the right place at the right time, and Rizal Ghazali puts a ball in there. There was pressure from Tamil and Kozubayev. I think maybe that could have put him off, but they really should be two ahead.
Okay, so it is only 1-0 at half-time. Let's have a little think about what might happen in the second half, and substitutions could well be a key to this. Tommy Mawat is somebody who maybe can change things if he's brought on for PKNS. A versatile left-footed player who can play up front or in a midfield role.
Yeah, we've seen that the whole season. He comes off the bench, he makes a good impact, he's quick, he's skillful. So that will be something to look forward to in the second half if he is being brought on.
For Kedah, well, there's Fayed Zulkifli, a really exciting talent.
He's one of the most exciting talents for Kedah. He's a player who could make an impact next season, maybe start every game, but he's got Farhan Roslan there. These are kind of two similar players, and then Fayed, he really needs to take advantage of the opportunities given.
Okay, let's just have a general chat, Adney, about the way the game has gone so far. And it started a hectic pace for PKNS. They had the pace of Kapar Sherman up front, but the aerial prowess, and it's so difficult. You're a former international goalkeeper. if the ball is pumped up, as it is so often, into Fernando Rodriguez, and he's got the beating of Kozubayev, which he seems to do so, what's the best tactic defensively to cope with that?
Well, I think if you play too high, it won't help, because of the pace of these kind of strikers will punish you, and that's where you have to maybe drop off a bit, not have so much space behind the defense, because if you play too high of a line, they can just pump the ball forward, and then Kapar Sherman, with the pace he has, he's going to get in behind. But if you play lower, you don't give the space for midfielders like Badrul Bakhtiar or Akram or Gabi Guerrera in the middle to make those passes. They will have problems. They'll have to play short, or maybe just pump it long to the wings.
Saeed Adney, the former Malaysia international, with the analysis of what's been going on today. It's 1-0 to Kedah. Players beginning to make their way out. Just time to throw one last question for you, Saeed Adney. Going into the second half, your thoughts?
Well, I think Kedah, if they play with the same intensity, they won't have any problems. They've really limited chances available for PKNS. I think Shakir Hamza and Renan Alves have really done a good job to stop these balls coming into the box. Renan Alves, obviously, we can see every time there's a cross in, he's headed it out, and he's been big and strong. So that's where the combination between Shakir and Renan Alves we're seeing today.
You just see behind Saeed Adney's left elbow there the Kedah fans, who are making the majority of the noise, and quite rightly so, because their side lead by 1-0 at the end of the first 45 minutes. They are 45 minutes away from making it 6 points out of a possible 9 in the opening stages. Right, we suggested there might be changes for PKNS, and Tommy Mowat, as Saeed Adney quite rightly pointed out, he could well be coming in. He'll come in onto the left-hand side of a front five, and Jaffrey Ferdows-Chur is the man who will give way. Very interesting, as soon as he came on, Tommy Mowat there, handshakes around to his teammates as if he was saying, hello, my name's Tommy. For Kedah, no changes for them, and fully understandable as well. Badrul Bakhtiar is the last to emerge, bottom right of your screen there, and Kedah will go into their huddle. Rizal Ghazali also makes his way out, and well, the stand on the far side pretty much empty, but it's pretty noisy on this grandstand side, mainly Kedah fans to the right, and the FA Cup holders, well, if they can get terrific results both here and on Tuesday in Al Ostar, then they will have taken a big step towards the knockout phases of the PIALA Malaysia. And once you get into the knockout phases, well, then anything can happen. The other game taking place tonight, PKMP 1, Johor Darul Taksim 2. Johor have enjoyed 2 wins out of 2, but were made to work hard by both UITM and PJ City in games they won 3-1 and 4-2 at home, and clearly being made to work hard as well by PKMP and Banjung. I was talking to Datuk K. Roger Gapal before the game, and he was saying that, okay, Johor may have won the league by quite a way, but this is a highly competitive league. And the Malaysia Cup, highly competitive as well. We've seen PDRM, we've seen Penang. We know about Sabah, even though they've had defeats in their opening 2 games. Second half underway here at Shah Alam. Kedah in the green, getting us underway. No changes in their starting 11 as Shakir Hamza, the Singapore international, launches forward. Edgar Bernhardt picks it up from Rodriguez, the goal scorer. Won back by Prajul Danal, the FA Cup final hero. And Ali Yusuf is just clipped by Mahali Jazuli. Only goal of this game scored in the 20th minute, a Rodriguez header. Alif against Mahali. Second round. Nice ball into Sherman, who's got the pace. Alves is covering. Kapar Sherman tries to go round the outside, pulls it back to Tommy Mowat, and Tommy Mowat deflected wide. Oh, that is close. So close. And it was Sherman one-on-one with Alves. He does brilliantly, lifts it over, and Mowat gets the header. I'm convinced Ifwat Akmal has got a touch to that. Referees say no, but what an opening for Tommy Mauer with his first touch of the football. Alif clipped by Mahali. Third time those two have come together in this opening 90 seconds of the second half. The revised team is flashing through the screen at the bottom. Nothing sinister in that from Mahali. Nothing sinister in him as a player. Rodriguez loses out. Morales turned inside. Fadril gets on with it quickly. Mahali helps it forward. Alves goes down, poleaxed under pressure from Sherman, and if what will put it out. Tawfiq Rashid in goal for the home side. Zarif Irfan is an injured absentee, an ill absentee. As for the away side, well, pretty familiar faces. If what in goal, Alves in the heart of the defence, Zakwan and Badrul. Fernando Rodriguez up front, Baumann in support, the Singaporean Shafiq Hamza. And Fadril Daniel in the centre of midfield. Kozubayev's header. Got above Rodriguez. Akram, Sherman, Akram. Mauert's made a forward run. Mahali. It's into Alves. And Badrul, who's happy just to drop in and ping a quarterback-style ball through to Baumann. Bernhardt slips it through the legs of Mahali Jazuli. Edgar Bernhardt finds Jonathan Bowman. Good defending from Nick Sharrell. Alif's cross. Zakwan can't keep it alive. Kaya Marjoni drives forward. Confirmation of the substitute, Tommy Mawat has already nearly made a significant contribution, heading narrowly wide. Cleverly done by Tommy. He's really made an impression. Sherman, lovely spin and turn, runs at Alves once again. It's behind Guerra. Noticeable that both Gabi Guerra and Romel Morales getting forward a lot more in this early stage of the second half for Pkns. His result. Rodriguez. Shakir, calm under pressure. Indeed, Kedah play that on very nicely. That was potentially awkward. Mahali, though, wins it back. Morales, denied by Fadril Daniel. Nick Sharrell hoisted towards Sherman. Has to be, well, not touched over the bar by Ifwat Akmal, but it's a bright old start to this second half by Pkns. The introduction of Tommy Mauert's given them a little bit more impetus down the left-hand side. Guerra and Morales pushing forward a bit further forward as well, side Adney.
Well, now Pkns showing their intentions to come back into the game. They're trying to create chances. Nick Sharrell puts in a decent ball in. This is the first time Kuba Sherman has overcome Renan Alves. A good challenge, good physicality between both players.
Akram completely miscues the header to Zakwan. Zakwan looks for Bauman's run ahead. Kozubayev has to take decisive action. That's good defending. That's good defending also by Nick Sharrell. Bangs it into Edgar Bernhardt. Akram onto Sherman. Strong header from Kozubayev. Badrol. Too much for Zakwan. Well, it's a bit more energy from PKNS in the opening 6 minutes of the second half, Adders.
That's what they need. They can't just play like they did in the first half. Kedah defended very well. PKNS did the same, but did concede. It was through a bit of lack of concentration, lack of communication as well.
Oh, lovely spin from Fadril. Rizal. Zakwan. Zakwan. Sharrell had to be quick because Bernhard was closing down. Both teams trying to play a pleasing kind of football, but it can lead to mistakes, and one's allowed Badrol to smack the ball into Akram Mahinan to win the first corner of this second stanza for Kedah.
It was important that PKNS, once Badrol got the ball, to put pressure on him, because you can hear the Kedah fans, they were roaring just as he wanted to find space, and it was Akram Mahinan who's the one who made the pressure and also the block. We do know Badrol can hit them from distance.
Bernhard's corner. Alves beaten by Kozubayev. Badrol Danel. That one is heading somewhere towards Kuala Selangor.
Probably further. It always frustrates me when players try to get on the rebound once it's cleared and then just have a strike from 40 yards.
Kayam. Lovely turn from Guerra. More intent from him. Morales out to Mahali. Mahali can't get the better of Alif Yusuf. It's great having these wide players, but they need to get the ball into the danger zone. Very old-fashioned tactic, but if the ball's not in the penalty area, you can't score.
Very true, very true. Most goals do happen from inside the box.
I think Alif just took a smack in the midriff area.
Very painful. It was from the cross Mahali was trying to put in the box. Well, stop the ball however you can.
The knees go weak for a couple of minutes. He'll be back on okay though. Shakir will launch this one a long way. Run by Rodriguez. Bowman can't keep it alive. PKNS 0, Kedah 1. PKNS lineup. They've got Tofik in goal. Nick Sharrell, Kozubayev, Rodney Kelvin, and Kai Marjoni along the back. Akram in midfield with Morales and Guerra ahead of him. Tommy Mawat wide left. Mahali Jazuli, who couldn't keep that ball in wide right, with Kapar Sherman up front. Kapar Sherman now 3.5 games without a goal for the league's leading scorer. Rodriguez onto Fadril. Zakwan will chase into the corner for the umpteenth time in his career. Rizal Ghazali onto Badrol. Rather hit and hope, and Rodney Kelvin is there. Akram sorts it out. Guerra. PKNS really want to get the Argentine on the ball a little bit more. Kayam. 10 minutes played in this second half. Kedah seemingly happy just to hold on to what they have for now. Not pushing too many bodies forward as Morales intercepted by Alif. And Alif took a knock there He and Mahali have had a battle royale down that right-hand side for PKNS, and Alif for the second time in just a short while is going to need a bit of treatment.
Just a bang on the shin from both players. Mahali also felt that. We'll be okay.
Alif. Shakir has to turn quickly. But as with everything else he does, Shakir Hamza, pretty solid. Well, since that Tommy Mowat effort a minute into the second half, header creeping just wide of the post, PKNS not really been able to create anything substantial. Jonathan Bowman for Kedah, finds Bernhardt. There's a man down for PKNS. Fajrul Dano. The referee will stop this so the injury can be seen to. I think it's Nick Sharrell.
Yeah, he's feeling what Alif felt earlier, a few minutes ago. I think Taufik, the ball's going out. Just let it go for a goal kick. You know, the referee doesn't have to stop the game.
Akram Mahinan showing a little sympathy. Get up, big fella. Come on, we need you. Morales taking on plenty of liquids. And the game will start with a drop ball which will go to the team who was last in possession. Again, one of the new laws introduced for the Malaysia Cup in line with FIFA regulations. A lot simpler than the old congested contested drop ball. But Taufik needs the ball up at the other end of the pitch. Mowat loses out to Bowman. Zakwan. Just looking for signs of any substitutions from Aidil Sharin and Kedah. Nobody really warming up at the moment. Adney, would you be tempted?
I think for Kedah, they won't see any reason to make any changes. They're happy with what they're doing, with the players that are playing at the moment. PKNS, they've already made their change with Tommy Mowat coming in. We've seen some impact since he's come on.
Bowman. Zakwan. That will be a corner kick for Kedah. Their sixth of the match, their second of this second half. Curiously, all have come over on the Kedah right-hand side.
I think Edgar, he has to put in better balls from the corner kicks. He hasn't really put in a dangerous area or towards someone who can make a run onto the ball.
Bowman comes short. Oh. But the kick has to be retaken. Clearly the assistant over on the far side wasn't happy the ball was in the circle. So take two. Played by Morales at the front post. Akram can get there. Tommy Mowat ahead of him. Tommy's touch takes him back towards goal. Akram though can look for Sherman. And Sherman's got pace. He's got Alves in hot pursuit. Breaks to Tommy Mowat, and Shakir eventually sorts his feet out and hacks it clear to safety. Mahali, stronger than Alif. Nick Sharrell breaks to Tommy Mowat. Tommy Mowat score! Just wide, just wide.
That was really close there, Des. Even I thought it was in.
As it looped, I expect the net to bulge, it didn't.
If what rooted to the spot as well.
Sherman off the line. Oh, twice in 20 seconds. Pkns within an ace of the equaliser.
There's the chance again. Good ball in, and Sherman outmuscles two Kedah players, and Alep Yusuf there to make the block.
Back live, that time was Alves. No time for us to get the replays in, either of the first shot that went just over. We'll just wait a little bit before we get those two highlights back to you. But Pkns desperately unlucky not to be level. Edgar Bernhardt smuggles it out to Fadril. Bowman, stronger than Kozabayev. But the ball comes back from Mahali. Morales. Mahali. Ian Shakir. Now they get the ball. And Alves comes out. Fadril hooks it wide, looking for Zakwan. Tommy Mowat in quickly. And this is Kayam. That'll be a corner kick for Pkns. And this game, that was pretty intense in the first half, has gone up a notch.
Well, Pkns have just shown we're still here. We're not defeated yet. One goal, it's never enough.
Kegurasamy about to come on. 63 minutes played. Mahali Jazuli is the change, and they're very different kinds of players as the corner comes in and cleared by Zakwan. Morales tricks his way into the cross. It's off Guerra's foot. And a third corner in rapid succession for Pkns. They are knocking on the door.
Well, it's the midfielders now doing the defender's job, helping them out.
Guerra's cross. Sherman couldn't get proper contact. Ifwat drops on it gratefully. And three big chances in 3 minutes.
I think this chance, Kedah is so lucky that Sherman didn't get the contact he wanted. Gracefully goes into Ifwat's hands. See here again, Renan Alves trying to outmuscle him, he doesn't, and Sherman just misses it.
Still Pkns 0, Kedah 1. Will this go down as another of those games for Raja Gopal's side where they probably don't deserve to lose, but they end up on the wrong end of the result? Still a long way to go. We're not even midway through this second half. Sherman offside.
Well, I'm expecting more goals. In the past 3 games, there's been 11 goals between them both. And as we see how Pkns are going forward, well, they might just have a few in them.
Alves booms one towards Zakwan. Johor still lead PKMP by 2-1 in the other Malaysia Cup match taking place tonight. 4 matches taking place tomorrow, including the other group match of this group, Terengganu versus Negri Sembilan. As another player slips. Footwear, says Syed Adni.
Well, I can see Raja Gopal as well complaining to the bench. How many times?
Shakir. Fadril. Closed down by Gabi Guerra. Fadril looking fit and trim. He never did carry much weight.
I don't think he can gain weight. Played with him during the national team days. You know, he can eat whatever he wants, I think.
Zakwan. On to Rizal. Badrul. Tommy Mauer doing the hard work. Here is Badrul, who set up the only goal of the game. Tommy won the ball, then loses it out to Fadril. He's happy to go backwards just to retain possession. Shakir Hamza. Kings won 50 metres across the Zakwan. Strong enough to hold off Kayum. Morales has moved out to the right-hand side, and Guerra more central since the substitution side, hasn't he?
That's something we've seen over the season. He does tend to switch positions, and I think with Gurusamy coming into the middle, he's going to partner Akram there. That will give Morales the license to go forward more.
Nick Sharrow with the tackle on Jonathan Bowman midway through the second half. Now Pkns will have nervous looks at the clock as we approach the final 20 minutes. Bernhardt. Alif. Corner kick. I think. Yes. Bernhardt will jog over to take Kedah's 7th corner of the night.
Hopefully a better one.
Bowman, as usual, lurking in and around the 6-yard box. Alves and Shakir, dominant physical presences. Zakwan on the edge of the box. Bernhardt helps it in. Travelled a long way. And Akram can help it out to Gurusamy, who couldn't take it in his stride. And is blocked by Zakwan, brilliantly by Zakwan Ada. Edgar Bernhardt ran into traffic. Morales comes away. Gurusamy. Gabi Guerra. Sherman ahead of him. Here is the Liberian. Guerra can run at Alves, can pass Sherman, looks for Morales, onto his left, Morales! Through it, what? And a goal for Pkns. Romel Morales, and you've got to say it's something Pkns deserve, even if through an error.
Now, we all saw it coming, but with all those bodies in the box, how does that shot get through? It's not even a vicious shot. It just beats Ifwat. Couldn't get down quick enough, and where was the block? Just goes in between Shakir Hamza's legs. It's his 7th goal of the season in all competitions.
Well, you said there'd be more goals. Now, can Pkns use this as a foothold to really, really make a mark on the Malaysia Cup?
Well, they've got 20 minutes to make it another thriller. We saw a few times where they ended 4-3 and also a 4-all draw in the past.
Free kick over on the far side. Zakwan brought down. That'll be a yellow card. I think it's Tommy Mowat, who was comprehensively beaten by Zakwan Ada. So Zakwan Ada was comprehensively walloped.
It's the 2nd time in the game we saw Zakwan go down like this. It was a harsh challenge, rash challenge.
Faisal Kifli is preparing to come on. In fact, there could be a double change by Ideal. His demeanour hasn't changed, but it has been an iffy second half. Edgar Bernhardt to be replaced by young Fayed. And Azmuddin Akil also preparing to come on as well. Bernhardt has made his way off, so Fayed is on. Again, Yufi for Laws. The players have to go off to the nearest touchline from where they are. Saves the long trudge to the halfway line. So Fayed is on for Bernhardt. Free kick awaiting to be taken, but also I think there might be another change. Azmuddin Akil is preparing to come on.
Shouldn't Zaquan have to wait on the side? Because he did get treatment.
I think that will change as well. But Zaquan it is who's being substituted. He will go off. Azmuddin Akil will come on. It is a double change for the Red Eagles. A couple of minutes after they conceded a goal. All kinds of chaos in the penalty area. And in the end, Morales rather easily clears Rizal Ghazali's free kick. And that'll break. Or maybe not, because Kozabayev dances in the way. Good defending. Azmuddin beaten for pace. Sorry, Zulkifli beaten for pace by Tommy Mowat. And Morales through to Kapar Sherman. Rizal mistake. And Kapar Sherman, what a save from Ifwat. Atones for his earlier error by keeping Kedah level. Top draw goalkeeping.
Yeah, that's why he's one